Hi guys, and welcome to this week's ALAKAZAM Live. We're not joined by our co-host Wayne today. Wayne's a bit busy, but we have got, if I can bring him on, hang on, not 1 second. We've got my good friend and the very creative Drew.
Good afternoon, everybody.
How you doing, mate? I've just got to mess about with one of these because I've put the wrong thing in. So here we go. So Drew, for anyone that doesn't know, is a creative genius. He is the gadget man. So he is here today discussing new Alakazam projects. Drew is our go-to guy for creating the apparatus when someone comes to us with a trick. If it's something that we can't handle in-house, like printed cards or anything that needs looking at, Drew's the man. He was the one that created Hard Stretch.
Yeah, that was a good fun project, that was.
Or the gimmicks. It was Roman's trick.
Yeah, Roman's trick.
Created the gimmicks for that. So you're up to quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah. The quality of the gimmick. Well, now I'm back in 2023. I am proud to bring for you what I consider to be one of the strongest tricks I've ever created, the Apparition coin set. Watch and don't blink, because if magic was real, it would look something like... What? No! What the...
Right, so that's happening. We've had so many people asking us when that is coming out, Apparition, and it's coming out next Thursday the 23rd, so join us at 7 p.m. for the live launch. Craig is going to be dialing in, and we have got a very special after show as well happening, so if you purchase the product live on the evening, you'll get access to the after show where we're going to go through some bonus ideas and routines with the set. So, guys, if you've got any questions about anything, drop them here in the chat. Just want to say a few hellos to my good friend Jonathan Breckin. We've got Clifford, who said hello, Drew.
Hi, Clifford.
We've got Ian Raymond Walker. We've got Pete J. We've got Walter. We've got Paul, John, Tom, Kevin, Andy. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'm not sure if you're aware as well, we've just added some really lovely merch to the site.
Which neither of us are wearing.
No, I haven't got, do you know, the only person that's got Alakazam merch is H. He's the only one. He's got the free t-shirts, because they were the first things we added, and he's got the other stuff coming. But do you know what I added yesterday that I'm going to order myself? The little iPod Pro rubber protective case.
Oh, have you?
Thing, yeah.
Oh, I might get that.
Yeah, so I'm going to order that. Someone put, Gary Simpson put, if you're into coin magic, Roy Coopers is doing a live lecture this evening on Cosmo's Real Magic Mag website around 11:30 UK time.
He is. I was planning on joining that one.
Roy is a legend. He's the manufacturer behind Apparition and the Mirage coin set. We work very closely with Roy. So, yeah, if you have time tonight, pop over to realmagicmagazine.com.
Yeah,
and you can
real
watch
with
it.
2 E's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I presume you just log in and watch it.
Mm-hmm. I think so. It's the first time I've watched one, but a friend of mine sent me the link and said, "Oh, you might want to check this out because it's Roy Cooper's."
Yeah.
And I
that'll
will.
be great. I'll see if I can watch it. Tom Rolfe, thank you so much. Tom has ordered these ALAKAZAM t-shirts. And for those of you that don't know, if you do purchase an ALAKAZAM t-shirt, and you wear it to a convention that we're attending, anything you buy off the stand, you will get a special ALAKAZAM discount on. Got to be wearing your t-shirt at the convention, and obviously we've got to be there, but you will have a special discount if you're wearing that t-shirt. So it's more than a t-shirt, it's an investment. An investment. We've also got the ALAKAZAM mug, and all the other things are ALAKAZAM branded, like we've got a backpack, baseball cap, the little iPod, AirPod case holders. They're all ALAKAZAM, but the t-shirts and the mug are ALAKAZAM. So you can show you're a member of the family off to everyone. Walter says, welcome, Drew.
Oh, Walter.
So, Drew,
Yeah.
you've got a few things there that we're going to talk about today as well, because our good friend Wayne couldn't make it.
Yeah, we thought we'd promote a couple of his things that are on the site. I don't think any of them have been on the lives before.
I believe he performed Time Traveller.
Okay.
I believe he did that on Roman, actually, a few weeks ago.
As a Time Traveller. Great routine, really, really nice, and the props look excellent. I really like Time Traveller. And the comedy cards, I've got these here. These were on the Craig and Ryland review show the other day, and Ryland gave these 120%, and I think was about to wet himself. So it was
I'm going to have to watch that.
yeah, it's a highlight for sure. They're really, really great, and they're on the site. There's Pub Crawl, which is a really lovely beer mat-based mentalism routine. That's really, really great. He's got his insurance card. If you don't know, this is a staple of Wayne's act, isn't it? The insurance card.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. Every magician should have that in their wallet. I've got two of them, one in each of the wallets that I use.
Yeah.
But the one I wanted to show you is this. It's called True Love. And before I show you the trick,
Yes.
I know our friend Andy Chase had a wedding fair on Sunday just gone, and he was using this at the wedding fair and just got brilliant reactions, and helped him get loads of bookings. So it's a really useful trick for wedding fairs, but also performing at weddings. Hey Tommy, how are you doing?
You're getting a lot of love. You're getting a lot of love.
Tommy's a genius.
He is
I've
a
got
genius.
a lot of time for Tommy. It's great seeing him at Blackpool. So I thought, should we do a quick performance of this?
Yeah.
So it's a deck of cards. What I'd like to do is just spread through and just name one of the playing cards.
My eyesight's terrible, but I'll take the next one.
That one, the seven of spades.
The one after
The
it.
one after that. Okay.
Yeah.
So the five of hearts. I'll
Yes.
put it just there. I'll make sure it stays in shot. And then the same again, but this time face down. So just say stop whenever you like.
We'll go... Stop!
Stop there, okay. Now obviously that you would normally do with a couple.
Yeah.
And you'd let one person take a card each. And the reveal is this: at no point do you get them to look at the cards, but you say, look, turn over this card and see what card you chose. And they've chosen the word true. And on the back of the five of hearts is the word love.
That's great.
So you get that really nice ending, completely free choice, there's no force, really simple to do, but just a simple trick I think this is a great story can be told. You can wrap that up with a really nice presentation. I think it's really, really strong routine.
It really is, and you know, doing it at wedding fairs will be absolutely perfect with the prospective bride and groom. Doing it at the top table will be great. But even if you're not doing weddings, if you're doing restaurants or private gigs, just any couple.
Exactly. I used to do restaurants. Half the tables you go to are couples, you know, at least, if not more, you know, and I probably would. I personally wouldn't open with a card trick, but because this is so short and so quick and to the point, you could easily open with this, and it doesn't look like a deck of playing cards. If you know, the back design is lovely.
Yeah, let me bring you up, Paul.
You know, it's a really nice. You know, you wouldn't think necessarily that they're playing cards, but they don't look out of place. They look really smart. And now that I'm full screen again, I'll show you the reveal is that.
Yeah, he's done great on the artwork.
Yeah,
these.
Really lovely artwork. I think that, you know, they're not too cheesy, too corny, too soppy, but still look nice, and they look romantic, and they look professional. Yeah, I think True Love is a brilliant effect, and I think it's on the website now, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got them in stock, and I will say, and I've said this over the years, in my close-up case, I had, and I still got, a section that I deemed as no-brainers.
Yeah.
And they're things that, if I was at a gig, and it has happened where I thought there was going to be 300 people, you turn up, there's 12 people, and you've got to get through more material, I knew that the no-brainer section was something I could just reach in, grab something, and instantly know how to do it. It wasn't full of Elmsley counts and got to put this card second the first time, third the second time, and complicated things like that. I'd have to remember they're all easy tricks, and this is one of those.
Yeah.
So it can sit in your case until you hit a couple when you just go, do you know what, this will be perfect for them. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, they're on the first date, or it's Valentine's Day, or whatever it is. Exactly. It's a great trick, and that's called True Love, right?
Yeah, it's called True Love. Yeah.
And that's on our website now. We don't have many in, and as far as I'm aware, Wayne is getting more produced, but we have got some in now, and the quality of the cards are great.
Yeah, they're really good. You know, it's not like you're doing any complicated sleights, so you don't. You know, they don't need to be fancy, but it's done a really nice job. You know, I'm also a big fan of the quad pip.
Let me bring you up.
The quad pip on the faces, I think, is really nice because as a left-handed person, I often spread backwards.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the indexes on all four corners.
Yeah, very European.
Yes,
isn't it? The
and
pips
with the smaller court card faces on there, and it's just really nice, and a nice Ace of Spades design as well.
Yeah, it's really good. That reminds me of the old Waddingtons.
Yes, exactly. It's a little bit more like the Waddingtons. Well, even the Waddingtons bridge is still 4 pip, isn't it?
Yeah. So, a couple of questions come in. David Hand, is True Love based on what happens in Vegas principle? It is.
Yeah.
So, if you know one, you'll instantly know how good this is and how clean it is. Lee Alex put a link to the products. So, that's great. Thanks, Lee. Tommy Burnett put Lefties Unite.
Yeah, I'm quite good at spreading a deck the wrong way, but
it was funny actually. I was giving someone a magic lesson last night over Zoom, and I was going and he sort of totally. He was only a young guy and he's totally new to magic, and I was going and just spread the deck, and you're going to be looking for the Ace of Diamonds, and he's going, oh, I can't see anything. And I said, what do you mean you can't see anything? Have you got a real deck of cards? So he's turned the cards around, shown me, and they're normal, turned them back, and he's going, yeah, no, I can't see it. And I said, yeah, just part them slightly so you can, no, I can't. And then I realised he was left-handed.
In this position, you just can't see anything,
But yeah, it was good. Lee Alex said he's a lefty too and can't do any slights. Oh. Poor old lefties.
You make it sound like a disability.
Michael J. Fitch, you're more than welcome, Michael. Next week we are getting on to Dippy Duck, so have your duck ready. Right, so I've got a few trailers to play as well today, guys.
If we've got no more questions yet.
Yeah, no questions coming in yet. Paul Morley said the lefty decks are good. Have you ever used a lefty deck?
Do you know what? I don't. main everyday deck is the Providence deck from 1914, and I just get over the fact that I have to spread them backwards. Like, to be honest, even if I'm spreading in this hand, I can just I have my thumb at the bottom. So a lot of left-handed people will just struggle and do it this way. I don't. I keep my thumb down there and spread through backwards like that if I want to spread through so the spectators can see.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really bother me too much, and the rest of things I just mirror in my head, you know, and any kind of sleight of hand that I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tend to use Providence, which do have the indexes are quite close to the corners on that deck as well, whereas on these they're quite far in. So on that you might struggle, but it's got the 4 pips, 4 indexes.
It's quite weird. I mean, I was watching. I've just learned, and I don't know why it's taken me so long, but I just learned Charming Chinese Challenge, and I must admit I was watching the tutorial, and I felt really sort of cock-handed with it.
It's very unusual handling though. Charming Chinese Challenge. It's not like most other coin sleights.
No,
it's quite unusual handling.
But the thing is, it's not hard, but there was one thing. There's one point in it where the coins are switched from the left hand to the right hand. But not that it happens quick, but it sort of, I just missed it like about 8 times. So I'm sitting there and I go, right, okay, so the coin's in your left hand. And then Jenny would ask me a question. I'll go, yeah. Finish off with a routine, then he opens his right hand, it's in there, and I'm thinking, no, hang on, mine's still in the left. I'd have to rewind it again, watch it again, and I couldn't find the moment that coin moved over. So every time I'm doing it, and I'm sort of watching it going, right, okay, his watch is on the left hand, and the coin is in the one with the watch, so the coin goes in here. Jenny asked me, saying, turn around, hang on, that's in the other hand. And it took me ages. I was nearly pulling the remainder of my hair out. But I have got it now, and it's such a phenomenal trick.
It's a beautiful routine. I love, anyone who knows me has probably seen me do it. It's a lovely routine.
Well, we're going to have a little session on it in a moment because mine is in my pocket.
Of course it is.
There it is. And I will prove it. Oh, look.
You haven't brought Apparition out, no.
Coins and ribbon. So, that's all good. Walter said, Peter, you may want to let the Alakazam friends know that daylight saving has not yet started in the UK. No, it hasn't. So we might have people turning up late.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we might.
Good point, Walter.
Well, if they do turn up late, then they should like it on Facebook, because then they get the notification as soon as we go live.
Good point. Good point. If you haven't liked our Facebook page already, hit that like button. We're trying to get this up to 100,000 before Harry's birthday, which is only a few weeks' time. So I don't think it will get there. But we can but hope, because I've got a brand new counter sitting right there waiting to take this one's place. Stephen says, hello, Peter and Drew. Andy Chase says, Drew does Charming Chinese Challenge the best I have ever seen.
That's a big compliment. Thank you very much, Andy.
Well, I'm getting a private lesson after this from Drew.
The last time I showed Andy Charming Chinese Challenge, it was after a few beers. So.
Oh, Sandy said, I feel exactly the same about the CCC tutorial. That and the stand-up Monty ones are both a nightmare to follow. It's really weird because I'm usually really good at following.
I find Troy Hooser quite disarming to follow along because he's a very monotone, calm person. And it disarms you, I think, a little bit because he'll just then rush through some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you just need to take it here. Yeah, take it here, do this, and you're going, what? Hang on, the coins are jumping about everywhere.
Because he has this sort of very methodical, not monotone, but you know what I mean? He's a very gentle speaker. He comes across as a very steady pace.
Yeah.
And then he'll just go, oh, then you do this, and you do a Ramsey subtlety, and then you do this, and you're, what?
And the thing is, like, I mean, the routine is phenomenal. Troy Hooser does it amazingly well.
Yeah.
But you know, when we're doing tutorial videos, we really try and break everything down. So the move, I did find that in the CCC tutorial, even though I thought it was great and I've learnt the trick from it, so it can't be that bad, but it's sort of run through once, isn't it? It's like a performance run through.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it could do with. I think it's always going to be the case though on any trick like that has quite unique handling. You know, the sleight of hand. You can't say, and now do a double lift.
Yeah.
Because it's all new, it's all fairly unique handling. I don't think there's apart from the French drop, there's not really a single move in there that I've seen before.
Yeah. And even if it is a move you've seen, it's maybe used in a different way because you've got the coins and the ribbon in play and the way you've got to handle it.
Exactly. So I think that makes it's quite a hard routine to teach because I've taught a few people sort of my handling and my variation of Charming Chinese Challenge. So it is a tricky one to teach because it is so different and it's hard. But
it's actually a surprisingly easy effect to do once you get your head around it and you understand the phases.
Oh, absolutely. I think the less you know about coin magic, the easier it is to learn.
Yeah, it's great. So that gets my recommendation because that's a trick that I'm playing with at the moment. I did promise myself about 10 years ago I'd learn it and I never got round to it. So
it's so strong. It's such a strong routine. Like if people that I perform to, like friends and family, it's the one that I get asked to do again and again.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I want to learn it now is because I'm thinking of doing it not in conjunction with Apparition, but getting some more of those Chinese coins, and then so after I've done whatever with Apparition, I could now go into this using the coin that appears in their hand.
We were talking about this earlier with Apparition. You could end with a purse switch and end with 3 Chinese coins in the purse with the ribbon, and it be in the spectator's hands or on the table, and you've just switched it earlier. Make the however many Apparition coins you're using vanish. And you're organically into Charming Chinese Challenge.
Yeah, which is
because
great.
you can buy matching Chinese coins to the one that's included in Apparition.
Yeah, 100%. Right, so let me see what else is happening here. Lisa says she's a lefty too. Takes her a while to get grasp when learning some tricks. I do end up doing some right-handed. It never occurred to me how hard, when people run when I'm left-handed, in my mind I'm thinking, well, just switch it around. It's not that easy because you throw yourself off, don't you? Because you're trying to follow what they're doing.
And normally the bit that actually I struggle with the most isn't flipping it, it's when I've forgotten briefly to flip it.
Right, yeah.
And so then you end up in this muddled situation where it's like, oh no, wait, am I meant to be copying them or am I flipped at this? And that's the bit where you stumble yourself. If you're going slowly and just figuring something out, it's a lot easier. Or if you're reading a book, I find it easier than if I'm watching something.
Yeah.
I quite often download the tutorials, and then in QuickTime Player on my Mac, you can flip the video and just play it in flipped. And sometimes that's quite easy. I find that easier to watch, especially if it's the overhead camera. And I was watching the tutorial for Wild Cubes the other day, and I flipped the camera because I couldn't cope with the fact that I was holding the Rubik's Cube in my right hand and Craig was demoing it in his left. So I just flipped the video around and watched that section flipped.
Yeah. No, I never really appreciated how hard it was until you're trying to learn something. Tommy Burnett says, always wanted to learn CCC but never got round to it, and maybe I will now. I'll tell you what, it's not an AlakazamMagicUK effect, it's a vanishing ink thing, but we do sell it. Obviously you can pick it up from your favourite magic shop, AlakazamMagicUK. It is great, it does get my recommendation. I'm loving practicing it. Now I understand what I've got to do with it. I'm loving practicing it, I'm carrying it with me, and if I'm on train I'll be doing it. And even in the office when I was just on the phone, when Drew was there, I had them in my hand and I'm just playing about with the moves and everything, and it's great, and it's a beautiful looking routine as well.
Yeah, it's so visual, it's audible, you know, you hear the coins landing, the surprise kicker ending is so strong.
Yeah.
It really is so strong. And as you say, it's slightly fiddly and slightly awkward handling, but I think it's quite a good intermediate coin trick.
Yeah. Just want to say to Lisa as well, here's to a speedy recovery. I hope your leg's feeling better. Alex said, hi Peter, have not seen the light counter go up since you mentioned the counter. Is it actually working? I think it's working. I think it has gone up. Has it today?
Yeah, it's gone up twice since we started. We started at 564.
Yeah, I would presume that a lot of you are already liking our page, hence it hasn't gone up because you can only like it once. Kolski says, hi, AlakazamMagicUK fam. Right, so we've got another trailer. Shall we play another trailer?
Yeah, let's what we've got.
I'll tell you what we have got to play now. Michael Murray, his new one. The, what's it called? It's
Showreel.
Showreel. I was going to say screen test. It's not screen test, it's Showreel.
Showreel's
This
lovely.
is so clever.
Fooled me.
So clever. Right, let's take a look at this.
Magic was real,
Do you know what?
then I think it would look.
I don't know if we've got Showreel. Hang on a minute. Oh, we have. Here it is.
Okay, Matthew, so you work behind the camera, so I'm presuming that you're into movies?
Yeah, I love them.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a little demonstration which involves movies. But it's very important for me to mention from the off that what I don't do is read minds. I personally believe that's impossible, but what I do is read thoughts. And the reason why I mention this is it is very important if I ask you to create a thought in your mind that you do that, because unless you create the thought, then I've got nothing to read. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, as mentioned, we have a page here. This is from an in-flight magazine. This is from the movie section, and I found a couple of interesting articles on here. One was pertaining to how we can access free movies on YouTube. It's actually surprising the amount of free movies that you can access on there, such as, you know, Jurassic Park, The Shining, Predator. But for me personally, I found this little column even more interesting. Logan's set to return in 2023 in Deadpool 3. Which is very exciting news. And there's also a new Batman movie, I believe Batman Origins, also due out this year. So it was basically a case of Rich is going to win the battle of the box office. I've got my money set on Logan, but we're not here today to judge my movie tastes. We're here to judge yours.
Nice one.
So this is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to look over the page and find perhaps your favourite movie. For me, that would be The Matrix. And then you'll notice this little column on the right-hand side. There's a list of 30 different actors and actresses. Each of these actors and actresses have featured within these movies. And I'd like you just to find somebody from the movie of your choice. So, for example, if you chose The Matrix, you might go down, and obviously Keanu Reeves would be an obvious choice, given that he's the lead actor in that particular movie. But if we actually look here, we also see Lawrence Fishburne. And obviously he is a natural choice too, because obviously he was also in the same movie. Now, bear in mind, there are 25 movies to choose from. There are 30 different actors and actresses. Depending on the movie that you choose, you may have more than one choice. So please work your way all the way from top to bottom. And then if you have got that choice, you can further decide who to think of. So I'll turn away. And what I'd like you to do is look through the list of movies. Find perhaps your favourite movie, just one that you really enjoyed, or one that you've perhaps seen more than once. Once you've got a movie in mind, I'd like you to work your way from top to bottom through that list of names and find somebody who's appeared in that movie. As I say, it doesn't necessarily have to be the lead actor or actress, just somebody who's been in the movie itself. Now, once you have a celebrity in mind, you can just let me know.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So, is it fair for me to say that at this very moment in time, I could have no idea which movie you chose? I mean, there's a lot of popular movies on there. And therefore, there's no way that I could know which of the 30 actors, actresses that you're presently thinking of.
Yeah,
True?
yeah, absolutely.
But that is about to change. Because what I'm going to attempt to do is read your thoughts. So in order to do that, we need you to create a thought. Just a simple thought. In fact, let's just have you focus on the first letter of the first name of this celebrity.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the letters of the alphabet out loud, A, B, C, D, all the way through. And when you hear the letter that you're thinking of, just in your mind, just think stop. Okay. Now, it's important that you don't react physically, because this is thought reading rather than body language reading. So keep a complete poker face. And are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S. Oh, and your thoughts stop on S. Yes?
Yeah.
And this is a female.
Yeah, it is.
Focus on the name. This is Sigourney Weaver.
It is, yes. Wow. That's awesome.
Now, obviously, it's very easy from the offset to for anybody to walk away thinking that was mind reading. But as we know, it isn't mind reading.
Okay.
It's actually thought reading. But rather interestingly, I discovered a little fact the other day. That is that influence is very much indistinguishable from thought reading. So if we influenced you to pick Sigourney Weaver, then that would have looked the same. I would have known that you were thinking stop when we got the letter S. I would have known that this was a female, and I would have known exactly who it is.
Yeah, sure.
And if truth be known, I actually did both.
Right.
You were actually influenced to pick Sigourney Weaver. I mean, it genuinely felt like a free choice. I mean, you could have maybe chosen Toy Story, and Tom Hanks is on here somewhere. Where is he? He is. Tom Hanks there. You could have chosen perhaps Pulp Fiction and Sam Jackson. He's on there. You could have chosen maybe Shawshank Redemption. That's a popular one. And I believe I've seen Morgan Freeman on there. In other words, you feel like you had a completely free choice. But this page was actually designed to influence that choice, to influence you to pick Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
And I can actually show you how. Can you recall when I asked you initially to look over the list of movies, you were then to go all the way through the list of celebrities before you made your choice? That was really to draw your attention to this name here. You'll notice that one of these names on the page has a piece of popcorn next to it. Can you see who that is? Sigourney Weaver. But can you also recall that this page started folded up?
It did,
and then we unfolded it. Well, the first thing actually that you saw was this under the spotlight.
Oh, no.
Sigourney Weaver. But not only that, if you actually look right at the top of the page, who is that staring back at you?
Are you kidding?
That is Sigourney Weaver.
Wow.
And I don't know if you were consciously aware of this, but you can actually fact check this. The actual issue of this magazine, it was issued on the 8th of October.
Yeah.
If you ask Siri, which famous celebrity was born on 8th of October, it was Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's brilliant. Love it.
That is so good. So much mentalism and magic packed into one sheet of paper. Now, we've got those in stock now. We had a new delivery turn up the other day. Also, anyone that's been on the fence or waiting to order Hide a Key, we've got about 20 left in stock. And I know, because Drew, you were there when I spoke to Chris this morning, he has got no more. He's ordered more, but we don't know how long they're going to take. So we've got 20 left, and if you do own Hide a Key, Chris updated the instructions, so they've now got another 20 minutes or so worth of instructions by the incredible Greg Wilson as well. So really worth checking out. So
if
guys,
that isn't a stamp of approval, I don't know what is.
Yeah. So that's called Showreel. That's in stock now. Let's have a look if any questions are coming in. The Mind Hacker said Michael is one clever boy. He certainly is. Andrew McCory said wow. Dean James said brilliant. Tommy Burnett picked up a showreel at Blackpool, and I know Tommy loves it because he put it earlier. Hide a Key is an amazing EDC, said Andy Chase. It really is. I know Harry carries his with him everywhere. Lee Alex said, this is about showreel. So good, so many outs and a lot of fun. Great for repeat performances too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good.
And you get a lot of mileage. I mean, that trailer was essentially a full performance video, and it's what, 4 or 5 minutes of presentation out of a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good. Guys, if you want one, go pick one up. There's not many of those in stock, to be honest, but we have got some. The other thing, which I'm going to play a trailer for now, is something called Vox, which we were just talking about, Drew. This is really clever.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Really clever. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the trailer and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Now, I might play a bit of trailer roulette, even though I pressed Vox last time. I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's this one.
$50, $49, $48, 3 of spades. Hey Siri, now we're gonna see 50. Let's see. Let's see. Vox is the perfect tool for anyone who wants to perform one of the cleanest any card at any number where you do absolutely nothing. Hey Siri, name any playing card.
Okay, it's the Jack of Clubs.
Okay, remember that. The Jack of Clubs. You want to cut again or you want to leave it there?
I'll cut it again.
Okay, go. Now remember this moment. You cut again. You could have left it there. Hey Siri, tell me any number from 1 to 52.
The answer is 50.
50. So now that's 52. Move it over. Let's see 51. Now we're going to see 50. Let's see. Let's see. There it is!
Oh my God.
You guys shuffle the cards. You chose the order. We didn't touch anything. I know what you're thinking, that this is just an app. But what if I told you that there is no app, there's no recordings, and this really is just using the real Siri? Count 3. 1, 2, take a look. The third card, yeah. 7. With just your iPhone and a deck of cards, you can create miracles.
That was rigged. That was rigged.
Multiple variations and methods are taught. The spectator can even freely name any playing card they want. Would you name any playing card? Any card at all that you want?
3 of spades.
The 3 of spades. Did I touch the cards?
No, I did.
Hey Siri, say any number from 1 to 52.
The answer is 48.
50? 49? She said 48. 48. 3 of spades. This is the easiest and cleanest any card at any number.
Put the deck over. 1, 2. Ooh!
And then what was the card?
2 of hearts.
This is Vox by David Jonathan.
So that is Vox. We've got that in stock as well. Did you say you've been playing with this?
Yeah, I've been playing with Vox a little bit. It's really, really smart. I like, obviously the principle has been explored a little bit by other people, but this is such a step forward in that kind of Siri-based presentation.
And it's easy to do, right?
Oh, really easy to do. Really easy to do. The only caveat is you need to have an iPhone.
Yep, someone literally just asked that question. Dean James said only on iPhone,
Correct.
which it is.
It is only on iPhone. It uses...
And Ryan followed suit with, is Vox only on iPhone?
yeah, it
Yeah.
very much relies on Siri
Right.
and cannot be done with...
And it's not an app or anything either. It's not an app. That is truly Siri talking to you
Yeah,
from your phone.
yeah.
Tommy Burnett, David is such a brilliant mind. David's absolutely fantastic. You know, what he comes up with is, you know, some of the things you look at it and you think, how on earth have you come up with that? He's got one of those, he's a bit like Nicholas Mavresis as well. They come up with these really quirky methods for things that are really nice. Really
Yeah,
nice.
the-
Big fan of David's.
Yeah, David's brilliant and Vox is super smart. And you can use it, in the trailer it's very much an ACAN presentation.
Yeah.
But you can, and that's the thing he's thought about and put the most into without wanting to tip too much. But you can absolutely use it as a reveal for other things. So I know Craig is using it as a reveal 3D seat, and I believe he's going to add that to his stuff to the tutorial when he gets a chance to film it. But it's a really, really smart set of ideas. And if you like David Jonathan, I know he's doing a virtual. So on the Netrix, they're adding masterclasses, and David Jonathan is the first masterclass on the Netrix.
Wow. That would be great.
Yeah, end of this month.
I think I know the answer to this, but you almost already know it better than I would. I don't want to give any false information. Vox has got to be used on your phone, right?
Yes, essentially, the short answer is yes, I believe. There are ways of doing elements of it on the spectator's phone.
Right. Okay, we will say no more.
Yeah. If you want to ask questions, then just drop David a message. He's always super quick to reply.
Yeah. Alexander Ross put Vox has just arrived with him. You'll have fun with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll have fun with that. Right. So, got another trailer which we're going to drop now. This is... oh, actually, I'm going to play this again because if you're late in joining us, you would have missed the fact that next Thursday evening on at 7 o'clock, we've got the live launch of Apparition. So let's take a look at Craig while he tells you all about it.
If magic was real, then I think it would look something like that. In 2022, I bought out the Mirage coin set, and it immediately got rave reviews from the entire magic community. People who'd never done coin magic before and experienced coin workers were all raving about the quality of the routines and the quality of the gimmicks. Well, now I'm back in 2023. I am proud to bring for you what I consider to be one of the strongest tricks I've ever created, the Apparition coin set. Watch and don't blink, because if magic was real, it would look something like...
What? No! What the... So don't miss that. That's next Thursday, 7 p.m. And remember, daylight saving hours would not have even hit us by then. So it will be 7 p.m. GMT right here on Facebook and YouTube. We got a live launch, and we will have a special after show for anyone that orders it on the night. And if you purchased it at Blackpool, all you need to do is go into your AlakazamMagicUK account, and you can do that. I would say do it tomorrow because I'm going to connect it up tonight. But go into your AlakazamMagicUK account, use your password in the redeem section, and put Academy or product instructions, try Academy, and you should see the holding screen for the Apparition Academy and after show. And that should appear. We've got the legend himself joining us. Look at this.
Oh, hello, David.
Hello, mate. I hope you're keeping well. David, I've got to speak to you at some point. If you're about tomorrow, shoot me a message on Facebook just for a very quick FaceTime catch-up.
Any other questions?
Alexander Ross is trying to set up his iPhone for Vox. I would say, Alex, send Vox a private message, and I'm sure David will help you out. Okay, David, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Shoot me a message. Guys, if you've got any questions for either myself or Drew or anything about AlakazamM, drop them in the chat. And remember, guys, I want to show you some of these actually, because these are really good. Hang on a moment. Let me go here. Here. Right, let me just bring this up. Let's go.
What are we doing?
I was trying. Oh, I thought I was going to try and show everyone our merch, but I can't seem to find it. I did. There we go. Look. There we go. Look at all this lovely Alakazam merch. So at the moment, guys, this is what you can pick up to show you are part of the Alakazam. We have got the Alakazam t-shirt. So that's got the Alakazam logo on the front and the Alakazam logo on the back. And this is more than just a t-shirt, because if you wear this tee to a convention where Alakazam are at, if you come up to the stand and buy anything, you will receive a very special Alakazam discount at the stand. We've got the Alakazam mug, the Alakazam logo hat, the Alakazam AirPod case, which I'm going to be purchasing for myself, and the backpack. So guys, if you want to support Alakazam and show off you're a member of the friendliest family in Magic, go grab yourself some merch. I've got another couple of trailers to play, and we're running out of time. So let's play these. The first one I'm going to play is the new effect by Paul Gordon. It's called Flash Prediction. This is great. It's not a card trick. It's self-working, and I think it's a lot of fun. Let's take a look.
Hello folks, it's Paul Gordon here. This is Alakazam Magic and this is Flash Prediction. I've got a prediction here, and Lloyd, I'd like you to hang on to that for a second if you won't mind. We won't look at that yet. These are flashcards.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Do you remember them? You know, for children.
Learning
There's 9
device.
of these here. We had a whole deck earlier, but we'll just use 9 of the cards.
Yeah.
For instance, this has Peru on it. This is the countries, Peru, and on the other side is a PE. Now, the reason there's a PE on the other side is because I think that Poland here, so they've got 2 P's
Oh
here,
right,
Poland
so you've
and
got
Peru.
an E for Peru.
Germany, G, Japan, J, Norway, N, Rwanda, R, Uruguay, U, Egypt, E, and Italy, I.
Right.
So they're flashcards, they're learning for children, it helps them remember this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Now, we can do magic with these. Whilst you shuffle them, I'm going to tell the folks, you'll remember this, you have to be of a certain age to remember, you know the old maps, when you drive in the car, you open the map out.
And you can't refold them.
You cannot refold a map, it's literally, you try and put the
You're always
creases
against
back.
the grain, aren't you?
Yeah, and it always ends up at an angle, something like that. It's the same with these flashcards, I'll show you why in a moment. I'm going to lay them in a little kind of a grid so you can see you know, the way this works out. Let's put that one there, put one over here, I'll put that there, one down here. We've run out of space, but we'll try this anyway. So, there is my map.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you want to mix those cards around, you can, but we'll just cut to the quick and get on with it.
No, I'm
Now,
happy with it.
This represents a folded map because there's a crease there,
Yes.
there's a crease there, there's a crease there, and a crease there. In every map, do you know what in every map worldwide there is in every single map? X marks the spot. So that's X marks the spot. That's what was that? That was Norway. Yeah. So X marks the spot. I will leave that so that people can see that. I'd like you to fold the map, but I'll do the folding.
Yeah.
You can either fold this way or this way.
I can choose,
Or
can
that
I?
way or that. You choose. You tell me what to do.
Can you fold this
Those
column
three-
over onto
Okay.
there?
And of course, whatever way you fold it, it will always be different. It has to be different because of the way the folds are. So do you want to go this way, or that way, or that way?
I'd like those two to go over.
Those two to go that way. All right. So we've now got 4 piles of cards here. Now you can either go that way, or that way, or that way, or that way. Of course.
Lloyd, want to do
every
one?
time- Lloyd, what do you want to do?
Yes, please. I'll do that one.
That way, that way. Okay. And then finally,
Those over
Those
there.
onto there. Okay. Now
That was very fair.
that is fair, isn't it?
Can't get fairer than that.
Well, you can see the cards here. We've got some face up and some face down. And that is fair. Of course, any way you did this would be different. But let's just have a look here. We've got these ones face up. Let's have a look at the ones that are actually face down. We've got one there. We've got two. How many have we got? 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So let's have. We'll leave those aside. What ones have we got here? Well, we've got Poland. We've got what have we got? We've got Egypt. We've got Rwanda and Uruguay. Now, bearing in mind, you could have folded any way you wanted to.
True.
And that is the truth, isn't it?
That is the truth, yeah.
I had no idea how it would pan out.
No.
I shuffled the cards at the beginning.
I did.
Lloyd's been holding the prediction all along. Now, Graham, can you read out to the camera? Just what does that say on there? Your countries will be...
Your countries will be Egypt,
Egypt,
Poland,
Poland,
Rwanda, Uruguay.
and Uruguay. I mean, that's extraordinary, isn't it?
Well, that is extraordinary, yes. But
I
knowing
can-
you've got a
I
kicker.
can go further.
Oh, you can go further.
I can go further. Because I just covered something up, but can you tell me
Oh.
what that's... And...
Well, at the very bottom it says Peru.
But we haven't got a fifth card, have we? But
No.
it does say Peru, doesn't it?
It does say Peru.
And the reason it says Peru is because we got P, E, R, U,
Oh.
and that is Flash Prediction.
That is excellent.
Thank you very much.
indeed.
Thank you. With Flash Prediction, you show 9 flashcards, maps of the world to 9 different countries. You lay the cards on the table, the spectator folds the map in any way they want. You end up with 4 playing cards, which absolutely perfectly match a prediction made earlier. Totally self-working, but you end with a kicker. It's a heck of a kicker too. My name is Paul Gordon, and this is Flash Prediction.
So that's Paul Gordon's Flash Prediction. That is in stock now as well, so you can go grab that. I just noticed we've got 2 more trailers and we've only got 7 minutes. So we're going to rush through these. But one of these we haven't had in stock for a while. They've come back in now. They are the reverse Fengali decks from Liam Montier, and it does come with an effect as well. You do get a dice with it as well. These are in stock. Let's take a look at this.
Hello, I'm Liam from Kmart Magic. As we're still pretty much on lockdown, we're going to show you a card trick. So here we go. I've got a trick with the omnipresent deck of cards just here, and as well as the cards, I've got a little bag of mystery. Okay, we're going to come back to that in a moment. It's going to be very important. Now with the cards, I'm going to have you lock a card into your mind, but I don't know that it's a full pack. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to have you cut the cards and remember the card at the face that you cut to, okay? And obviously where you cut gives you all the options. If you cut near the top, you might get this card, for example, whatever that is. If you cut nearer the middle, you might get this one. And if you cut right down at the bottom, you might get this one. It's literally down to you. There's 50-ish cards there, so that's how many options you've got. Okay, so let's say your spectator cuts, say here, and they take a look at the card. That's the one they get. And that's the one they burn in their mind, okay? And they drop everything back on there and you square it back up. Okay, so you're now thinking of one card out of all 52, or 50-ish as I say. We're going to give them a little mix up like this. We'll come back to those in a moment. Now we need the contents of the bag of mystery. And we're going to use these to generate a number, because inside here is what I call a bunch of nerd dice. Now, if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or any of those kind of things, you'll recognise what these are. They're all dice with different numbers on the sides, right? So that's a 12-sided dice. That one's a 20-sided dice. This one's weird. This is a D4, right? And what happens with that is you roll it and you remember, you basically roll the bottom number. So that whatever number is on the bottom is the number you've rolled on that weird one. That's a D8. That's a D10. The 0 counts as a 10, although I'll give you the option if you roll it. And that's a regular 6-sided dice. And what we're going to do is have you choose any of those dice, or all of the dice, it's your call, and roll them. And we're going to use the number you roll to take us to a card. So say, for example, you roll 15, we're interested in the 15th card. If you roll 16, then we're interested in the 16th card. Okay, so these dice are going to lead us, like fate is going to lead us to one card in the pack. So, which dice do you want to roll? So let's say they pick up 4 dice, right? They put those to a side. They want to roll these 4. They give them a roll, and they get, right, 17, plus a 3 there is 20, plus 1 is 21, plus a 2 is 23. Now, do you want to leave it there, or do you want to roll another dice? And they say they want to roll another dice. 23, they grab the 6-sided one, and they roll a 6, 29. That's perfect. What I'm going to have you do is pick up the deck of cards and deal down to the 29th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's card 29. Now, bear in mind, if you'd rolled a different number, for example, if that had been a 2 instead of a 1, we'd have ended up here. Or if this had been a 5 instead of a 6, we'd have ended up here. Any card would have been possible. But as it was, you were thinking of one card, you rolled the dice, and fate led us, hopefully, to the very card that you were thinking of. That's the bogus effect. It's my presentation for David Britland's routine that you can find on his blog, and I hope you enjoyed it.
So that's the reverse Fengali decks. They're in stock. We've only got a few of them there, but it's great deck, and a great routine. Really strong routine. So we've got one more trailer that I really want to play. This item has just gone on pre-sale. We have got about 20 coming in. They were allocated to dealers because there was only a few. We've got about 20 coming in, of which I believe half have already sold or pre-sold. It looks great.
Yeah,
So
I really want to see what this looks like.
yeah, let's take a look. I love the look of that.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice looking little prop.
And do you know what? I'm a big lover of spirit bells. I've got a couple of spirit bells, and they're one of those things that less is more.
Absolutely.
I saw a show in London, and this guy used the spirit bell once. It just went off once in the whole show, but the moment it went off, boy, did it get a reaction.
Yeah, there's I've seen some brilliant acts that use it. Sylvia Scepter comes to mind. Her act with it is just fantastic, where it's just, she doesn't even mention it, it's just a subtle piece of augmentation that really helps set the tone of a show.
Yeah.
If it fits to your act, it's a great little prop.
Yeah. And the thing is, at the end of the day, if you were a kids magician or a comedy magician, it doesn't have to be a spirit bell. It could be a lie detector.
Absolutely,
you could put a funny hat on them that's going to transmit a lie to this bell, and every time they're lying, the bell rings, and it's great. I can't wait to get them in. I think they're released next week, so no doubt Harry will do them on one of his social videos. Guys, if you haven't followed us on our socials already, we're now on TikTok. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Harry puts up videos every single day. They're fun, so let him put a smile on your face. And remember, if you haven't already, like our Facebook page and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we go live with a show. Now that brings us to the end of this week's show, but no, I was going to say before we say our goodbyes, but I'll play it after. So I want to thank you guys for joining us every week. We will be back. We haven't got anything happening the rest of this week on video, so our next show will be next Tuesday, so we'll see you next Tuesday right here on the live. I want to thank the amazing Drew Perry for joining us. Thank you so much, Drew.
My pleasure.
Drew and Drew's going to be coming next door into the shop with me, and we are discussing some of our future releases, so exciting things. And guys, like I said, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you also for all of your support with AlakazamMagicUK. We're just getting busier and busier, and that's thanks to you guys, and thanks to you telling your friends about us. And remember, you have all got your own personal affiliate code. Now, if you want to share that code with anyone, not only will they save 5% on their order, but you will also earn 5% of what they spend. So it's a win-win, and it's our little thank you to you for spreading the word about Alakazam. And remember, grab yourself some Alakazam merch, and we will see you next Tuesday, and more importantly, next Thursday for the live launch of Apparition. So we'll leave you with a trailer for this. We'll see you next week.
Right.
If magic was real, then I think it would look something like that. In 2022, I bought out the Mirage coin set, and it immediately got rave reviews from the entire magic community. People who'd never done coin magic before and experienced coin workers were all raving about the quality of the routines and the quality of the gimmicks. Well, now I'm back in 2023. I'm proud to bring for you what I consider to be one of the strongest tricks I've ever created, the Apparition coin set. Watch and don't blink, because if magic was real, it would look something like...
What? No! What the...